Hello everyone, good morning. Welcome to the Mike Armstrong YouTube channel. This morning I'm going to have a quick chat with people, go into a little bit of information about my new Streams Success Formula. It's a 7-step success formula, which I believe are the 7 core pillars of success. And I've created the formula recently during the coronavirus lockdown situation, along with a 5-step happiness formula, which again I think is 5 pillars of a daily routine in order to be the happiest you that you can be. I've already recorded a video about my happiness formula, which I called SMART, the 5-step SMART happiness formula, hashtag SMART happiness formula, or hashtag happiness formula. And you can check out that YouTube. It's in my happiness playlist, happiness formula playlist. It's also, in my on my YouTube channel. But this morning I'm going to add the 7-step Stream Success Formula, which is hashtag Stream Success Formula or hashtag Success Formula. And I'm going to go into a little bit of detail about the 7 steps in that formula. So just to start off, the Streams Success Formula, like I say, is 7 pillars of success. I myself have been, pretty successful consistently throughout my life in a sales, marketing, leadership role, and then running my own business. And I was in the lockdown situation thinking about a happiness formula, because I was extremely happy and I was doing a certain routine every day during the lockdown, and it was making me, the happiest me that I could be. And I discovered the 5 steps to the happiness formula. It was a bit of a chat with Jared Robbins as well, son of Tony Robbins, sort of resonated with me. He's got a 5-step happiness formula. Mine's similar, very similar, but a little bit different. But it's based on my findings of what was making me happy in the lockdown situation, and what as often, when I've been at my happiest, I've been sticking to those sort of beliefs and what I do and those routines in my formula. And once I established the 5 steps happiness formula, I also realized I was producing a lot of content at the moment and being successful. And success is a big part of happiness to me, because I'm a winner and I've always been a winner. I've always been competitive and I like to win. And success is a big part of my happiness. And so the happiness formula led on to the success formula, and that's where we're at now. And I use the 2 formulas combined to be then what I would consider elite business performance formula. Again, I was one of the 2 top sellers in a fast growth tech startup business full of 250 other top sellers. And I was one of the 2 top sellers consistently, week in, week out, month in, month out, for 10 years. For 8 of those 10 years, I also managed the key accounts team, which I turned into a department. So I maintained consistent, high-level, professional corporate sales, whilst also developing and building a team and educating a team, training a team, and all of that. And I did that because of these 7 pillars of success, and also because of the happiness formula. So I was doing elite business performance on a consistent, effective, persistent basis for a 10-year period. And so I'm using my formulas to educate and train people on how to achieve and do similar sort of things, really. So the 7 pillars of the Stream Success Formula are systems, technology, relationships, efficiency, action, marketing, and sales. So that's the 7 pillars that I believe, no matter where you are in life, whatever you're doing, if you actually invest in those 7 pillars and build on them and make them better and keep pushing and keep making them better and improving them and making yourself better at those 7 things, then you'll become the most successful you that you can be. So if you constantly work on building those pillars and making them stronger, making them taller, making them able to deal with any situation, able to withstand earthquakes. If you build those pillars up and you make them strong, and you keep working and investing in those areas, then you will become more and more and more successful in life. That's what I believe, and hopefully you'll listen to my formula and you'll believe it too. So So basically, I just wanted to check that I was recording because I couldn't see the time. The time is in white and the background is in white, so it is recording though. And so we'll start with systems. So in order to be successful or to be the most successful you that you can be, it's good to have a goal, have a dream, have an ambition, have a job, have a target, have an ambition to lose weight, give up smoking, whatever. It's good for you to have a goal, have an ambition, have a dream, and then you need to actually break that down, put it into sort of medium sections. So what can I do as stepping stones to hit that big goal, and what do I need to implement on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis as actions, as activities, as things, learnings, as things I need to do in order to build good habits, get into a good routine, in order to become a sort of autopilot, really, on my way to achieving and doing whatever it is that I want to do. Get into flow and just make things happen naturally. So you need a system, you need a routine, you need something you need to follow on a regular basis. So, in life, if you want to be successful, then you need to be good at sales and marketing. So you need to have a system of how often you sell, how often you market, what type of lead generation you do, what type of calling and closing you do. You need to have a system and a process. So systems are important. So it's good for you to work on, a system that works for you. I myself, at the moment, I'm also I'm building a business. I'm building a portfolio of content. I'm building myself up to become a global speaker. I'm podcasting every day. I'm YouTubing every day now as well, or pretty regularly. I've always been sharing social media for a long time. LinkedIn and Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I'm using it, all of the activities I am to become more known, because you can't become a global speaker unless people know you and they want to listen to you and they like your content, they like your subject matter. So I'm working to a system. I'm also doing a 75 hard challenge, which is 75 days of diet, exercise, drinking lots of water, giving up alcohol, taking pictures of the process, all that sort of thing, reading 10 pages from a book, all that sort of stuff, really. So I'm doing that as well as what I normally do, which is already a massive system, a massive process. So I'm having to, squeeze that into an already squeezed, pressurized system. But I'm finding a way of doing it, because there's always a way. So, efficiency is one of those ways. Multitasking, doing multiple things at the same time. So efficiency is one of the things I'll go on to talk about. But so have a system, get used to it, get into the zone, build it as a habit, go into autopilot on it, make sure it's the best system that it can be for you, and just keep doing it, and you'll get more and more and more successful by doing that. The next pillar in my success formula is technology. And ultimately, I'm a massive fan of efficiency. Efficiency, again, one of my pillars. Technology implemented into your business and into your life will give you efficiency. It will help you improve the way you do things and help you do things much quicker. But also technology, does things that you can't do. Technology exists because it does things human beings can't do. So, for example, I use like Hootsuite and Buffer in order to blast out content that I couldn't physically do any other way. So I have to use technology. So, technology is important. And if you're not using technology in your life and in your business, then, you can get more successful. You can become more successful by implementing technology into your life. So, technophobes are always going to be less successful than non-technophobes, because technology has been created and invented to make life easier and to do things that we can't do. So you need to use it. So it's no good saying I'm a technophobe, or I don't know how to do this, I don't know how to do that. We all don't know how to do everything when we start, but you only learn how to do something by giving it a go. So just get involved, get involved, learn along the way. You'll soon, I couldn't do a half marathon 4 years ago. I couldn't even run, but I started running, and then I did a half marathon 6 months later. So we all can put things off and say we don't do that, or I could have turned around and said, I don't run, I'm not fit, or whatever. But I started running for a very small distance, and then I got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. If you keep pushing yourself, you'll become better at whatever it is you're trying to do. So with technology, if you don't know it, try it, use it, start using it. If you don't know how to use Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever, just get on there, watch other people, start doing it, start using it, make some mistakes, learn from those mistakes, get better. you then will not be a technophobe anymore, and you'll be able to work with technology. So technology is a big pillar that I believe in, and actually a big, most of the successful businesses on the planet these days are technology companies. So really you should be thinking about your business. How do I make it more technical? How do I use technology to make my business better online? How do I use technology to make my business more automated? How do I use my business to be more competitive, more efficient, so I don't need so many staff or so many people, because they're the biggest cost in most businesses. So, you need to use technology in your business to become more successful. The next one then is a big one for me, because I'm a massive relationships person. I'm a massive people person. And so the R in my streams formula is for relationships. And relationships are important on, I would consider, two fronts really. Well, three fronts really. Relationships in business and in success. They say that you are your net worth or your wealth is the sum of the people you surround yourself with. So the power of your network, if you like. And so you need to invest and build relationships with the right people and get the right people around you in order to become successful. So that's key. It's also important to surround yourself with a good team of people around you. So whether they're, employees or partners or affiliates or, friends or whatever, but you need a good team of people around you. Some people have coaches and mentors and physios if you're in the sporting world, whatever. You just need a good team around you. So that's important. Also, if you're in a relationship or if it's just in life in general, you need to have good relationships because they sustain you as a human being. They give you, value and worth. So it's good for you to have good relationships around you as well. So if you're in a bad relationship, as in a personal relationship, then that's no good for you. You're not going to be successful. You need to get out of it, You need to get yourself into good relationships. You need to have good relationships with your kids, your parents, your friends, all these sorts of things. They will nourish you and they will build you up and make you stronger, and you'll become more successful because of your relationships. So relationships is a big one for me. After that then is efficiency, another massive one for me. Efficiency is one of my top quotes. And, that's because when I built a corporate sales team and took a team of 7 people doing 300 grand to a department of 17 people doing 5.7 million, in the first 3 years off the same 7 people, I turned them from doing 300 grand to $1 million. In three intervals. We did 360,000, 680, and then 960, just under $1 million, and that's off the same 7 people. And that was by implementing a culture and a methodology of efficiency, doing things better than we were doing before, more efficiently, training people, educating people to get more efficient in what they do. Efficiency will create more time in the day. So the one thing nobody can buy, no matter how rich you are, is time. Time is the same for everyone. But if you can do things that you have to do quicker, and then you free up more time, so you can then do more things. So that's what I used to do, is I efficiently do everything that I can do. I constantly work on how can I do things quicker, faster, better. And by working on that, you free up more time in your day to do more activity, more action, get more things done, do more analysis, get the stuff done that you wouldn't have time to do if you didn't do everything efficiently. And that will make you more successful. It has to make you more successful. It's logic. It's common sense. If you get yourself more time and you're able to do more things, and you're able to do everything you do quicker, and you're able to do some things multitasking at the same time, etc., then you're going to become, if you do that day in, day out, hour in, hour out, etc., you will become more successful. You're going to get more done. It's common sense. So efficiency is massive, massive, massive. The next thing then as well is action or activity. So the A in my streams can be action or activity, be whatever you want the A to be, but it's actually getting off your backside and getting things done. The only way you can actually do things in life and actually be successful, whatever it is you're trying to do, be, want or have, no matter what, you need to get off your backside and actually get into doing action, activity, getting things done. You want to lose weight, go running, stop eating fatty food. If you want to give up smoking, stop buying fags. You know what I mean? You have to take some sort of action. If you want to become successful in business, you need to be contacting people, ringing people, closing them, phoning them. I want to be a successful podcaster and speaker. So what am I doing at the moment? I'm podcasting every day, and I'm contacting contacts of mine and getting them on my podcast as well, so I can demonstrate, for example, that I have interview techniques, that I can have conversations with different people, I can talk about different subject matters, etc., etc., etc. So, it's only by doing regular, consistent, persistent action and activity in the direction of the goal, the ambition, the thing you're trying to achieve. It's only by doing that consistently and persistently will you be able to become great at it, become successful at it, become the master. Ultimately, every master in every situation was once a novice, once didn't even know about the subject matter. You know what I mean? We all can walk and talk. We couldn't at one point. You know what I mean? But we mastered it. We did it every day until we succeeded at it. We watched other people doing it and we thought, you know what, that looks good. I want to do it. And so we learned and we learned and we learned. Yeah, and we got better and we got better and we got better. People who are masters at whatever they're masters in, they started off at some point as a novice. They didn't know what they were doing. They didn't even know about the subject, etc. But they learned it, they researched it, they got better, they practiced it, they created activity. They did it on and on and on and on and on until they become a master at it. So that's, action is the only way you can get from being a novice to an expert. So they say, I think it takes 10,000 hours of learning to become a master at something. I think, that's an average. Some things will take less time, some things will take more time. But whatever it is that you're trying to do, want, achieve, have, whatever it is, you can't get it without taking massive action. So that's the A in my streams formula. And then again, no matter what you are in life, no matter who you are, no matter what you do, you can become more successful by mastering the next two. And the next two pillars are marketing and sales. Ultimately, even if you are a DJ, you're creative, you're a holistic practitioner, you're something that you don't necessarily see yourself as a marketeer or a salesperson. If you have a look at your sector, you have a look at who the best people are in your sector, the top people, the most successful people, I can tell you that they aren't necessarily the best performers or creativity people or whatever. What they are the people who've mastered and perfected the art of marketing and selling themselves better than the other people. So ultimately, you need to learn marketing and sales skills and abilities, and you need to have systems for marketing and sales, and you need to keep doing massive action in the area of marketing and sales in order to become the best you and the most successful you that you can be. So they're the 7 pillars of my Stream Success Formula. Check out content about this formula online using the hashtag Stream Success Formula or hashtag Success Formula. I'm going to be posting lots of content around my happiness formula and my success formula, and deep diving into some of the pillars, deep diving into some of the steps, etc. And coming up with, if you like, I've got a daily schedule, a formula for you being the happiest you that you can be. I'm going to come up with a sort of a daily, weekly, monthly schedule system formula to follow for building the 7 pillars of success. I'm going to be teaching this on my podcast. I'm going to be teaching on my YouTube channel. I'm going to be talking about it, on my social media. I'm going to be speaking about it on stages. I'm going to be building online seminars, writing in books, all that sort of stuff, because it's something I'm passionate about. It's something I believe in. It's something that's come from me. It's something I know works. And, if you can adapt some of these principles into your life, into your business, I promise you'll become happier and more successful. And that's pretty much all I've got to say on that subject today, or right now. So there's nothing else left to say other than have a great day. I know I will. Thanks very much for listening. Cheers. Bye-bye.